The characters and events depicted in this podcast is for mere entertainment. Any similarity to actual persons, living or dead, or going through their third surgery is purely coincidental. Listen at your own risk.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Solos, the Next Generation. Okay guys, I think I'm gonna make this video a little quick. I'm not sure how much time I have left on this video. Welcome to the second video of this double feature Friday. As you can see, have the same clothes, same energy, same vibe. But hope you guys enjoy me talking for the next 17 to 18 minutes, which is, I think, all the time I have available for this episode, which is fine, and it's perfect because it's just a small chat that I wanted to have, just a small chat I want to talk about. So this is going to be called the Beta Chronicles. It's just lately, it's not that I can be in my feels, but sometimes, I do scroll down through memory lane and Facebook and Instagram, Snapchat, and you can't help but wonder and think about the time that you were there. And then not only that, I don't know if you guys have heard the song "Creep" by Radiohead. You can hear that song on Use Season 3. The song, in a sense, it's an awesome song. The beat is awesome. The lyrics are just amazing. And it's a song that I feel like a lot of people can relate. And for some reason, that song is just something so relatable to me. It's not that, no, I'm definitely not saying I'm a creep, but it does explain, or it does talk about how you're just, you can sometimes feel as a weirdo. You can sometimes just feel out of place, that you just don't belong somewhere. And lately I've been cranking that song, and I've been listening to the song lately, and it's, I don't know, it just made me go back in time when I was in a fraternity. I did come across a video. Actually, it was, I think, back in 2019, 2017, perhaps. It was during my street days for sure, because I remember I was trying to, be on good terms with this girl from, what was the sorority called? Beta Lambda Nu, I think, or no, Lambda. Well, regardless, anyways, I went to this event that they had. All the like Latino fraternities and Latino sororities, they all gather up in the Cesar Chavez, what's it called, the Cesar Chavez Plaza in San Jose State, and there's just a bunch of things going on. Music was blasting, okay. Music was blasting, and I took my friend Yahaira, and I think we were just, I think she was also trying to, rush a sorority. So I think that's why we also went to the event. But anyways, I came across that video, and I just see how they were, and it always just, it always makes me wonder, like, what was it that made me want to join a fraternity in the first place? Like, I don't think, maybe every fraternity house or every sorority house, maybe the vibe is completely different. And when I decided to rush Beta, it was, I felt at home. I felt like the people were outsiders, and I felt like an outsider during that time, and it's something that I felt familiar. It was a place where I can be myself, and a lot of people were just kind of like quirky and odd and awkward, and then it was I think it was just one of the most relatable houses that I met, and that's why I decided to rush and be part of the fraternity. But then now that I think about it, was I why did I always feel so much of an outsider? But see, here's the thing: the me who was then is not the me who I am now, and I kind of wish me now was given that opportunity then, because I was very very closed, and I was very, I had so much closed up. My mind was just very closed, and of course I had not come out just yet, and I just, I did kind of find it a little hard, I guess, to flirt with ladies and talk about girls. Sometimes they would just talk about all the things guys talk about. How big their boobs are, how big their ass is, and this and that. Although I mean now I can just talk about. I can definitely talk about butts and whatnots, because I do love to check out men. I do love men, and I love to check them out. But anyways, that's a whole different story. I'm digressing there. So I just think about those times, and I look at those videos, and I see all the people in those fraternities, and how they just melted in, and they felt like they were part of that vibe and that fraternity life. And maybe I was just not meant to be part of a fraternity life. Maybe I was just meant to be solo, be me. But then again, this goes back to the time that I was a little more quiet. I was shyer. I'm still shy. I was shyer, and I just was a lot more close minded in those sense. But I kind of wish. I always talk about Beta, and I always talk about how you know how grudgeful I feel, because at the fact they kicked me out, as I mentioned in the previous episode, of how much grudge I felt towards the fraternity, and definitely, especially to the people who were supposed to be, you know, who were supposed to have my back in rough times, and they just weren't there. I think with time, you do learn to kind of forget about those things, and you just kind of go on and move on, and there's no need to hold grudges, because those people, those people were just a couple pages in your chapter of your life, and they weren't a chapter entirely. They were just a few pages, a few paragraphs in, and that's probably all that they were supposed to be in your life. So, to all those people who weren't there for me, like, look at me now. The person you met then is no longer in existence. That person does not exist anymore. Like, Andy, the Andy you guys met is a whole lot different, and it's a lot more open and chattier in a sense. And I will have to admit one thing that Carl said one day, that, and it was something that he had a problem with, at the fact that he felt like I was more social or more talkative when I would drink, and he found it a bad thing. And it's like, hey, like, leave me the fuck alone. If I want to have 2 3 shots and to encourage me to talk to you and to talk to everybody and be very sociable, so let it fucking be. Let me be a fucking alcoholic, and let me socialize that way. Of course, I was very young, I was very naive, and alcohol would just hit me like a rock. And I mean, still does. But obviously, now I know my limits, and or per se, and I also don't want to say I had a really really bad time entirely. I have some great moments, and I did have some college fun and college experiences and stuff like that. So those are kind of the things I don't definitely regret. And I don't know. I decided to make this episode and call it a Beta Chronicles because, I always talk about the fraternity that I was in. And I always talk about um, being kicked out and all the grudges that I felt about it. And I don't know. I feel like now that I look back at it, it was like, that's cool. Like, it is what it is. It happened how it had to happen. And that's that. I mean, I do keep in touch with very, very few people that were in that fraternity. I I don't really talk to, but I still have my big bro in social media. I have him in Snapchat, I think Instagram. So I mean, I know I can see how he's doing. He's doing great, and that's freaking fantastic. Um, I think recently I followed Carl back, and he's doing great, and that's I'm really really happy for him, and I'm happy to know he's engaged and he's you know being his awesome self as he was always. Um, of course, you have my P bro Elias. He lives in Texas, hoeing it, and just kidding. But he does live in Texas, and he's doing great as well. Everybody's just doing a lot of everything's different. I did lose, you know, touch with a few of my pledge brothers. I do, still follow, Big Red, and I don't, and I do wish he'd be a little more open and maybe shoot me a text or something when he feels like chatting. I know it can be kind of rough out there. The world is kind of rough. The world's a bitch. But anyway, to all those people in this Beta Chronicles, I can finally talk about them and talk about the idea without feeling any remorse or regret or any anger. Like, it is what it is. But anyways, the entire point of this episode was because I came across some videos and I was looking at me being in there, and it was like, why was I even there? Like I see these people dancing to their like their fraternity dance to like 50 Cent, and it's like how would you even incorporate that? But anyways, I thought it was kind of cringy, and I was like, God damn, how was I ever part of this life? Again, I don't regret it, and I kind of wish I can go back and give it a second chance, and make it a little different, a different experience. Probably be out, and hopefully the guys could accept me as their. Although I'm not sure they would have taken me in the first place. I'm not calling them homophobic or anything of some sort, but I know some people were kind of close-minded. But anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. Again, this is just a quick episode, just to bring out a double feature, just to bring out another episode. And I hope you guys did enjoy it. Hope you guys enjoyed my last episode. That one, I think that was super fun. This was more ranty and more. It is ranting once again. Hold on, I need to lubricate. Okay. Anyways, guys, I do kind of miss being in college, and I kind of wish I could go back. I know I hated being in college. I hated having to go to class, but every time I pass by San Jose State, I always wish, God damn, I should have enjoyed this place a lot more. I should have just been here 100%. But I think my life just decided to take a different route and do things kind of differently. But it is what it is. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this double feature. I will be back next week. I will bring a second part of the Facebook blast, and because I think that was super fun, and just to talk about whatever stupid shit I would say and the stupid shit I would tweet, and I still probably tweet stupid shit. Obviously, I probably don't curse and say dumb shit like, freaking teacher, I'm gonna make your life a lot more worse. Because that was just so stupid of me. But anyways, thank you so much for listening to me, and I hope you guys keep enjoying So Much the Next Generation. It's a different vibe. It's just me talking, and but I am trying my best here to keep this podcast live. Your podcast live, and until the day I get tired of recording an episode. Until then, Somos is going to be on air. Make sure to please check out this episodes on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify Podcasts, and Buzzsprout. So keep listening to me. Keep listening to Somos the Next Generation, and thank you for your support. I will be back next week for sure. And that's a wrap. Talk soon.